Alright, so my museum is the Museum of the Ant. So the opening credits are The Ants Go Marching On. Figured that was an appropriate song. I'll play a little bit of it after this ad. Skip ahead a little bit.
The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one. The little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain.
Yeah, there we go. Figure most people have heard that song. So the theme is, of course, ants. And so my museum is creative because it involves a lot of novelty. There is no museum dedicated directly to ants in the United States. There is one in Singapore, but there is none on the Western Hemisphere. It is useful because it allows people to learn about ants and learn about their own misconceptions about ants. It involves remixing. I've taken the idea of Capture the Flag and a traditional museum and put them together. And it's innovative because I've never really seen an activity like the one that I'm proposing in a museum before. Next slide. Here are my artifacts. So first one is I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but Yanagi Yukinori's Pacific. So basically, this is one ant's nest, and they are traveling through the sand, and this is a bunch of flags for different countries. And as they travel through and move the sand around, they actually distort the flags, and all of the colors tend to get all mixed together by the end of the installation. And I'm also going to have in the museum several different ant colonies, but one of them is the Silver Saharan ant colony. They are the fastest ants in the world. They are from the Sahara, and they shine a really bright silver, and they are a very interesting ant to look at. And so, my learning experience is, it's a fusion of Capture the Flag and a traditional museum. So you go through the traditional museum space, you look at all of the ants, you see the artifacts, you learn, there's several tours, and then there's the Capture the Flag arena. So basically, you are put onto separate ant teams, so that is your colony. And you wear different colored shirts so that everyone can tell each other apart. And basically, what your goal is to kidnap or kill the other colony's queen, so that you may take over their resources, and your colony will grow stronger. And then there's also there are a bunch of live ant colonies like leafcutter ants, dynamics, gigas, and an extensive collection of preserved ants. That is also a really great research opportunity. And then what's hopeful to be implemented is actually being able to feed some of the ants. And that will include like putting little pieces of Origin into the housing and such. And then there will hopefully be guided tours. So they'll be able to take you around, see all of the ants. And there's also like auditory tours, like it will just be in your speaker and you can go on your own. And the key component of creativity of this museum is it really shows how someone's culture or their mesosystem impacts people's perception of ants. Like their family, their immediate surroundings, how they react to ants is how the people are going to react to ants in the end. And I'm hoping that this museum will be able to help change these people's perspectives. And in creating the museum, I used the Other Worlds lab that we did to create the idea of combining two different areas like sports and science to make a Capture the Flag like game. Alright, thank you. That's the end of my presentation.